All right, guys, we are T-minus 4 minutes from the new Webby and Ren drop. I think they're calling the duo Impatient, and the song is called Down the Road. I believe that's how it's laid out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but for any of y'all that don't think my reactions are authentic, well, I'm showing you right here. I couldn't have heard the song earlier, okay? We're recording it as it is premiering. You see the comments rolling in there on the right-hand side. I'm gonna leave a comment myself. So I put, so ready, just listened to Baggage for the first time yesterday. Amazing, can't wait for this. Boom, there you see. It's in the live chat. We're here at the premiere. I do think it's a little poignant. You guys know I like Serendipity, and I put this off to the side. So his new group is called Impatient, with Ren and Chris Webby. When I used to run a region for my previous company, our team, I named Team Impatient, which ran Washington. That's why there's the Space Needle and stuff there. So just thought I'd share that with you guys. I thought that was yet another serendipitous moment with me and Ren. Lets you know you're on the right track, in my opinion, at least. Song should drop any minute here. I'm a little bit like allergy-y this morning, so if I sound kind of nasally or you hear any sniffles, get picked up by the mic. Sorry, I wanted to do this on the release, so I couldn't really, wait till I got myself more cleared up later in the day or something. So I'll do my best. My allergies are always the worst, like the first 3 or 4 hours of the day, and then they kind of clear up more towards the afternoon. I don't know if I've ever actually been part of a YouTube premiere, so I don't know how this works. Does the video just start rolling? Yeah, I've never actually watched anybody's stuff right on release, so. Oh, it's got a countdown, cool. And I can go full screen. Oh, cool, I can go full screen and leave the chat there, nice. Oh, good, it was muted. Whew. Glad it has the countdown so I can realize that. Well, this is sick. I love that Fork in the Road, Robert Frost callback. Ooh, is this album gonna be like a good, evil type of thing? That could be it. That could be really sick.
Took my possession down the road. All that I own down the road. Set out at nighttime down the road. Down the road. Down the road. And with God as my witness down the road. There stood a man down the road. Dressed in the shadows down the road. With blood on his head. Never something so familiar about it. A certain kind of aura pouring all around him. Looking fresh to death, his suit, it was astounding. I caught his eye and then I felt like I was drowning. Down the road. Standing at a crossroad in the dull glow of the lit bowl, flicker silently, quietly tiptoed on the long road, and the man spoke to me quite excitedly. Hello, dear friend, no. And he tipped his hat and he smiled invitingly. Who knows why I felt this, but I felt like someone lit a fire in me. And I felt my stomach turning, I turned and I tried to find the word and concerned, and the feeling disconcerting. It's strange, but I felt this weird yearning, a craving for something that was urging me over, and then this felt conversing. I reached out my hand, he shook it during. He leaned in and said something disturbing. All I gotta know is your desires. Is it fame or fortune you aspire? To get about this life that you've been living. Follow me, I'll walk you through the fire. I got every type of flavoring. You should see the budget of the catering. I don't wanna come off as a salesman, but I got the taste that you've been savoring. Let your pain go, let the flames grow. I'll read every thought that's on your mind. Cause I know you got a name, so why don't you just write it on this line? Here I got a pen and everything. Who needs a wedding ring? I offer the divine. I don't think you fully understand, but I promise that you will in time. So just make a choice. So I stood frozen at the crossroads of time. Took hold of his paper and I leant down to sign. Down, down, down the road, down the road, down. I still remember back where I was from. See, I was the favorite, the morning sun. See, I had ideas, but they said they're too grand. So they casted me out without reason to doubt. Now there's blood on my hands. I've been that one with the silver tongue. Yeah, they say I'm falling, but never run, following the calling. I've been all in with the barrel of a loaded gun, aimed at the masses, at their masses. Yeah, the darkness gon' get you. You could say a prayer if it helps you. That cross won't protect you from the light bringing lost angel. Shit, I only came to entertain you, but since we made ourselves a deal, you gon' be my fucking puppet till it breaks you. I'ma chain you to the ground, I'll enslave you. Look around, ain't nobody coming here to save you. I'ma take you way down. Cause yeah, I know I've been around, but still I got some shit to prove. And I don't really give a fuck how it's gotta happen, but just know that you gotta fucking deal with the devil written. So shut up and listen to play me some blues. And just know the choice that you made today will be the last thing that you ever choose.
Dude. Oh man, dude, so much to unpack there. Wow. I love that. That was beautiful, man. That was so good. I don't even think, like, a lot of you guys that aren't Christian might not even get a lot of these references. There's a shit ton of biblical references in here. Oh. What did it go on to? A Tale of Two Kings from Chris Webby. Okay, not what I was trying to do. So, I lost the live chat when I went back. So obviously he's talking about, you know, that battle between good and evil in the choices we make and the road we go down. And this is something I talk about a lot. And, you know, I talk about how strongly I believe in the forces of good and evil because I feel I've been in the presence of both of them. And once you have, it's really hard to deny it. I kind of feel like Ren and Webby share in that same kind of mindset based on this video. But obviously we have kind of a Robert Frost-esque idea here of the crossroads, the good way, the bad way, which way are you going to choose, right? But some of the stuff that stuck out to me, right? They talk about the fallen angel coming down to earth, which is, if you guys don't know the story of Lucifer, the devil is an angel of God's creation. I believe the highest ranking top angel, so much so that he thought he was powerful enough to be God. And so God cast him out of heaven, and he became the devil, the first fallen angel.
You could say a prayer.
But this part here, you could say a prayer if it helps you.
That cross won't protect you from the light bringing lost angel.
From the light bringing lost angel. So for you guys that haven't read a ton of like biblical theology and stuff like that, there is prophecies. I'm going to get them wrong off the top of my head. Okay. So don't be mad at me. Okay. I'm not one of those guys that has the entire Bible memorized front to back, but there is prophecies, I believe in John, that Jesus talks about the fact that the great deceptor, the Antichrist, like one of the reasons he's going to be so deceptive is because he's actually going to be a light bringer. He's going to be someone who comes in the name of holiness. Okay. There's a lot of like theological discussions about whether like Islam or Muhammad is actually this, the incarnation of like the Antichrist and the bringing, and Islam and the Islamic regime is the bringing of the end of times and stuff like that, being a sign of the growth of Islam. But we don't need to get into any of that discussion. It's just, this is like biblical prophecy and not a super widely talked about one either. The Antichrist, the fallen angel, the deceptor that tries to get you to steer away from God will in himself be a light bringer. And that's part of what makes him so convincing. So it's just the whole verbiage here. They're obviously nodding to that, theology, which is really, really cool.
I only came to entertain you, but since we made ourselves a deal, you gon' be my fucking puppet till it breaks you. I'ma chain you to the ground, I'll enslave you, look around, ain't nobody coming here to save you. I'ma take you way down, cause yeah, I know I've been around, but still I got some shit to prove, and I don't really give a fuck how it's gotta happen, but just know that you gotta fucking deal with the devil written. So shut up and listen to play me some blues, and just know the choice that you made today will be the last thing that you ever choose.
I just love the style of this song too, man. It's so great, that like raspy blues, almost like gospel South blues style with Ren's. Oh my gosh, if the whole album's like this, man, this might be one of my favorite albums.
Possession.
And like this is just so, you got the double meaning there with possessions. I mean, it's just, there's so much. And this is something that I've talked about. If you go back through my videos, there's another like same level, same mindset type of thing. How many times in my videos have I talked about like there being this battle between good and evil or light and dark that, you know, a lot of people want to disregard, but I see as very, very real. That's literally what they're talking about in this song.
Down the road. All that I own. Down the road. Set out at nighttime. Down the road. Down the road. Down the road. And with God is my witness. Down the road. There stood a man. Down the road. Dressed in the shadows. Down the road. With blood on his face. Down the road. There was something so familiar about it. A certain kind of aura pouring all around everybody.
There was something familiar about him. Yep. I mean, this is all like theology stuff.
A certain kind of aura pouring all around him. Looking fresh to death, his suit, it was astounding. I caught his eye and then I felt
like in all of theology, like the Antichrist, the side of evil, is supposed to be very appealing, well-dressed, well-spoken, kind. And in fact, the biblical Antichrist brings on world peace. Like the Antichrist is the one that causes actual peace on earth. And then that devolves into the worst chaos ever on earth. But they're originally loved because they look the part and they bring about peace. But in reality, their intentions are evil.
like I was drowning. Standing at a crossroad and the dull glow of the lit bulb flicker silently, quietly tiptoed on the long road, and the man spoke to me quite excitedly. Hello, dear fellow. And he tipped his hat and he smiled invitingly. Who knows why you felt this, but I felt like someone lit a fire in me. And I felt my stomach turning, and I tried to find the word.
And you know, when I talk about I've been in the presence of evil before, and so there's no way I could deny its existence, or God is as real to me as this table or this chair. When I say these things, this experience that he's describing here is exactly the type of thing I've been through when I've met those truly, truly dark, imposing figures. And then the reverse of that, when I've met those truly divine figures, entities, spirits, whatever you want to call them.
Who knows why you felt this, but I felt like someone lit a fire in me. And I felt my stomach turning, and I tried to find the word and concerned, and the feeling disconcerting. It's strange, but I felt this weird yearning, a craving for something that was urging me over. And then to start conversing, I reached out my hand, he shook it during. He leaned in and said something disturbing. All I gotta know is your desires. Is it fame or fortune you aspire? To get about this life that you've been living. Follow me, I'll walk you through the fire. I got every type of flavoring. You should see the budget of the catering. I don't wanna come off as a salesman, but I got the taste that you've been savoring. Let your pain go, let the flames grow. I'll read every thought that's on your mind, cause I know you got a name, so why don't you just write it on this line? Here I got a pen and everything. Who needs a wedding ring? I offer the divine. I don't think you fully understand, but I promise that you will in time, so just make a choice.
And you know, that whole idea and construct of like signing away your soul, or signing a deal with the devil, or signing a deal with the evil forces, however you want to describe it, it's a very good analogy. That's why it's used so much. While there's no, you know, at least in my personal life experience, no actual figure that will come up to you with a contract that says they'll give you everything if you're bad. It's less about a physical contract and more about the recognition of what you need to do and the person you need to become to get to certain points, following certain paths. A lot like I talked about, I don't remember which video it was where I shared the story about me and my colleagues joking about we'd never get to the next level because we'd have to sell our soul, because we would have to eliminate the involvement we had with our teams, be more separated, and start making choices based purely off numbers and spreadsheets rather than on the people and the feedback and what's best for our teams. Those are those type of situations where if you go down that path, that's where you're signing that deal. And a lot of people think of it as this like one-time thing, but it's really not. It's gradual steps. You know, it's gradual progress where you run into these breaks in the road, as the figure is in this screen. You choose to go down the path of evil and selfishness and greed and consumption and self-interest and demonization of your fellow human. And the more you take steps down that path, the further and further lost you become, and the further you are from the light and from God and any ability to see him, feel him, have a relationship with him. Whether you want to think of that as God or a force of good or the light or whatever, the further you move and the more of these choices you make that decision, the harder it is to recognize what the other path even is. Wonderful. Wonderful. I really wasn't expecting animation. I had saw on like my shorts feed a short pop up where I think it was like Webby or something talking to Ren on the phone. So I thought like this was going to be like a regular video style. I wasn't expecting the animation at all. I actually really liked it. I thought the visuals were awesome. I mean, what a great representation of this conflict that is so present in the world today. It's always been present, but it becomes ever more present. And you know, when I say things in the comments like, I hope you let go of that hatred, or I'll pray that you let go of that hatred, or I hope you find more joy and happiness in the world, or things like that, I'm not being condescending. Like, I'm literally hoping and praying that you start taking the choices in the other direction, because the fact that you're willing to scream and yell obscenities and slander via comments at someone that you've never met before that you know very little about, just shows me where you are on this journey. Not to be judgmental, it's a reality. You are leaning into that darkness heavily if that's what you're doing. And I really hope you find the other path, because the reality is the other path is far more rewarding. It may not get you the Lamborghini, but it'll get you a hell of a lot more fulfillment and love and happiness out of not only your time on Earth, but whatever happens beyond. So I loved it. I don't know what I'm going to use for the thumbnail, because there's like 10 or 11 scenes that I found really impactful in this. So I'm going to have to decide something, because I want to try and get this out quickly for you guys. Great video, man. Great video. Amazing song. I love the Ren and Webby collaborations. Is it bad? I hope they just do stuff together forever. Like, they're so good together. Man, from Baggage, I've listened to Baggage for the first time yesterday and recorded it and edited that and got it out today because I wanted it ahead of this release, so that I could be, you know, walk into this with a little more understanding of their collaborations. But man, they're so great together. It's such a good combination. Their styles, the way they play off each other, everything else, so good. Even if you haven't been choosing the path of light, this is your opportunity to make that choice and go in a different direction. Love you guys. Hope you have a great day. Let's get back to work. Keep praying. I'll see you in the next one.